Hi, and welcome to Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I'll be doing a collective read. Now, if you've been with me before, you'll know that I've been putting chapter markers in the timeline and in the description box below. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for taking a chance on this teeny tiny little tarot channel. I know I don't have a huge library, but it's growing every day, and I really love reading. All likes, shares, and subscribes are deeply appreciated because that means more new people will find my little stories. Now, I will put a chapter marker right here because I do have a tarot intro for those who are new to tarot as well as new to my channel. So if you want to hear it, then stick around. If not, you can double tap with 2 fingers on the right hand side of the screen. If you're on your phone, it should take you to the next chapter. And if you're on your computer or laptop, you can find the chapter usually in the description box below. Okay, so tarot and oracles are tools for self-reflection. They're only meant to help guide you when you're making decisions based on your own particular brand of happiness using your own inner moral compass. Now, I'm an intuitive reader, and so I know the tarot and I'll read the oracles, but I also work with my guides and my ancestors and the energies that be. There's only so many cards in a deck, and so sometimes a card will come out that my guides or my ancestors will use as the closest approximation to the message that they're trying to relay. So it's up to me to translate or interpret, and it's up to you to decide whether or not it gels with you or it resonates. And resonate generally means, you hear something and like right away, without any downtime at all, you feel it. You're like, oh, that happened to me last year. That's so weird. Or I went through something similar last week, or it's happening to me now. Or I been thinking this thing or been feeling this thing and I haven't really been telling anybody, but here it is in a reading. How strange. That is resonating. When there is no need to try to bend the story to your situation, it just applies in seconds. Immediate. It's like a heartstring pluck moment. Now, aside from all that, and more importantly, you are the maestro of your own destiny. You have full free will and autonomy. No one's going to tell you how to live your life. No tarot reader, no psychic, no channeler is going to be like, this is how you live your life and this is how you're supposed to do it. Only you can do that. It's kind of like going to a buffet. You go to a buffet and there's a bunch of different food on offer. No one's telling you have to eat anything. No one's telling you have to fill your plate up. No one tells you that this is something you should or shouldn't do. It's up to you to decide. The universe will present you with different paths, different experiences, different opportunities to speak your mind or act in a certain way. It provides the buffet, but it's up to you to decide what you put on your plate and what you allow yourself to experience, because you have full autonomy and free will. So, essentially, what do you want to put on your plate? What story do you want to write? Because you're co-creating with the universe. So, having said all that, let's get into the pre-shuffle. So, I'm going to be pulling a couple cards just to see where the collective is at. I am going to be doing a purposeful love reading. And when I say purposeful, that's because oftentimes I will go into a reading just wanting to read an energy. But oftentimes it's love. This time I'm actually took the time to meditate and be like, there is a feeling of love that wants to come through. So let's do a love reading. So where are we all feeling at the time of, or at the time of this reading? Oh, here we go. We have 2 already. What the collective is feeling right now. So we have bluff, pretending, mask, and exaggeration with giving too much. You feel depleted because you're giving too much. You need balance of give and take. Okay, this is so poignant. The mask that we wear, this is, every time I see this bluff, I rarely ever use the interpretation of exaggeration. It's more about not necessarily pretending, but putting up airs, wearing the mask to make everyone else feel happy or feel placated or feel not put upon. But then the mask wearer is the one carrying that burden. And then right next to it, we have giving too much. Collective, you have been wearing, it seems you've been wearing a mask for a really long time, trying to make sure everyone else is good. And you give a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of consideration, but there's only so much you can pour out from your own cup before your cup is very, very low, and you'll feel frazzled and tired and exhausted, and you just need time to recharge your batteries, refill your own cup. Because while you're out there putting on a mask and saying, hey, I'm okay, everyone, I'm okay. See this mask that I'm wearing that's smiling and says that I'm okay, but underneath it, you're tired. You may be a little sad or frustrated because you're putting so much effort into something, but no one's putting back into you. Now, I'm not sure what this is about yet. I do know this is a love energy because I asked for it and it felt very strong. So it feels like, at least from this perspective, that you, the collective, pretend to be okay in front of everybody else, family, friends, coworkers, even some of the closest people in your life, people you love very much. But underneath it, you are, I can't help but hear hurting. By wearing the mask, it is hurting you. You need to let yourself breathe, you know? You need to fill your own cup. But I feel, again, what I'm feeling like in this love situation, whatever it is, you are wearing like a mask or even a costume, like pretending that you are fine. Most people, I'm hearing most people who know you from especially work and even some social, like some like acquaintances that you hang out with or you maybe party with or, you know, do social events with, like those acquaintances have no idea what you're going through internally. Because you keep wearing this mask for everybody else for some reason. Oh, okay, hold on. Yes, you're wearing this mask, like 85% of it for everyone else so that everyone else is comfortable. But for that last, like 15%, you're doing it for you. You don't want anyone to know how you're feeling. You are in pain. You are operating on a very low filled cup. You need to put back into yourself. But you also don't want people to know you're suffering. And to that end, you don't want people to know what you're suffering about, which is love. Again, I asked for a love reading. The love energy is coming through. What I'm feeling is, from this love energy, someone is wearing a mask, doesn't want anyone else to know how sad or how alone or how down they're feeling. They're acting in ways. They're acting in ways to convey everything is fine, but that is not true. They're playing a part, or you all are playing a part. Oh, that was heavy. I felt like I was holding my breath that entire time. Okay, so we just have the one. Sorry. Lust, not love. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in just by a good time. It says the, you know, the word, but I don't want to trigger anybody. So, don't get sucked in just by a good time or a good romp in the hay. And here's the thing. I don't think that's the case with the collective. You know the difference between lust and love. However, lust is easier to deal with for you than it is with love. Because lust is just, you know, a one-night stand. Almost like, oh gosh, I heard like a business agreement, like a casual you up kind of messages. This is not meant. All right, hold on. This energy is very, very strong, saying like you have been in situations before where you've wanted, okay, collective, rock with me for just a second. This energy is you have been in situations where you've wanted love, but have contacted people that either A, you've been with before, B, were friends that were down for this sort of proposal, or C, that you took a chance. But more specifically, it felt like you know the difference between lust and love. That isn't a question for you. But it is easier for you to deal with lust because it's desire versus love, which is vulnerability. I get the distinct feeling there have been times in your past, or perhaps this is someone you're connected to, but distinct times in your past where you have wanted love. You have like craved connection, wanted love, craved to the point where it almost feels like it hurts your body, like you yearn for connection. And so you contact people that you used to date, or a friend that you know would be down for a little casual romp in the hay. And you connect with people on a physical, on a lust side, to kind of take the edge off the loneliness of wanting love and connection. Again, you all know that lust and love are not the same thing. You can find lust in love, but it's harder to find love in lust. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, because you know the difference. You can lust after someone that you love, but you don't love the person that you lust for all the time. You know the difference. So again, so much so that in those moments that you are just weak in the knees, craving, longing love and connection, that you settle for either a casual hookup or a temporary physical release to stave off or take the edge off almost the empty ache of wanting love and connection. I hope that makes sense. Let me just hold on. Let me just put this down for a second. Nope. Okay. I was gonna say a thing, but I heard nope. Get to those cards. All right. What do we have? There was that one that wanted to come out. Love's harmony. Bring peace and understanding and a deep sense of fulfillment. Yeah, that's what you want. I just went on that whole thing talking about how much you want this deep sense of connection and love. There's a yearn. There is an ache. It almost feels, I'm hearing for some reason very, very clearly, it almost feels like I can, okay, very specific. I almost feel the longing, the yearning, and the ache for connection flowing through my veins. Like it almost feels like loneliness is flowing through someone's vein. That sounds very poetic and maybe a little bit like, artistic in a way. Maybe this person's very artistic with their words or their expression, or maybe they are an artist, but there is I just heard a divine ache. Okay, going back to this card. Lust is a filler for the collective or whoever the collective is connected to. Lust is a filler. You know full well that lust is not love. You want the deepness of love. You want the deepness of connection. But you're afraid of the vulnerability that comes with it. It's easier to deal with desire and lust because that is a very defined amount of time from the beginning of the encounter to the grand finale. There is a beginning, a middle, and end, and there's not a whole lot of deep investment in something like a casual partner or someone that you were like, hey, I trust you and we used to be together and I don't want a relationship with you, but can we just meet each other's physical needs? Because I'm lonely and I think you're lonely and we both are lonely and we don't want to be together, but it kind of takes the edge off the lone. Do you see what I mean? This person is very understanding that lust and love are not the same thing. Again, whether it's you or someone that you're connected to collective. Okay, what do we have? Celebration. Good times come from hard work. Time spent in good company. Good times come from hard work. Weird that we just talked about how wanting connection and love but being afraid of vulnerability. Good times come from hard work. Time spent in good company. It's almost as if you put the effort into allowing yourself to be vulnerable, that the payoff, the closeness, the intimacy, the love, the connection, that someone so desires could be at their fingertips. Again, collective, I don't know if this is you or someone you're connected to. Okay, we're going to do one more pre-shuffle and see what we have and see. Okay. And then we'll pull some cards for the contemplation. Yep. So it's like everything I just said are things that you've already thought of, or the person that you're connected to has already been thinking of. Like, they recognize what they do. They understand that they're tired of being alone. They're tired of not feeling that depth of connection that they so crave, but also realizing that they fall short to like a casual encounter or settling for someone that they can get needs filled on a physical level, because it takes the edge and the intensity of the feeling of loneliness. It takes the edge off it for a little bit. Like, collective, I really feel like I'm hearing this is not new news. This is something you all have been thinking about for a while, and or the person you're connected to. This is not new news. All right, well, let's get into the reading. Okay, first card out, we have family. Generations, children, ancestors, or origin. I feel like this has to do with two things: children and ancestors, which I know are polar opposites, but for some reason, those are the two things that popped out when I saw this. Children and ancestors. Something that you're connected to by blood, and something you're connected to by blood and spirit. Both of those things seem to be playing a really strong role in your life. Either A, you have children or you want children, and then it has to do with ancestors. Your ancestors watching you. Those two things play a very distinct role in your journey, in your quest for love. Children, because it's an important part of your life. And the ancestor part is because your ancestors are watching. And I'm hearing they're pushing for your happiness. It's like you have this cheerleading team. And I don't mean to minimize it, but I can't think of a better analogy for it. You have a cheerleading team, or someone who's rooting for you. You have a team of ancestral energy that is rooting for you. They want you to achieve this happiness, this closeness, this connection, this love. So we have mixed emotions. So definitely in your feels about this. Then we have lust, not love, again. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. You will either have a child, or want children or a child. You have mixed emotions because you're in a situation where you are connected to this person because of lust, because of physical needs taking off the edge of the emotional want, ache, longing for deep connection and love. You're in a lust connection, or you're in a situation because the physical part of it takes off of the edge of loneliness, but it's not someone that you are deeply in love with. So you could be in a situationship. You could have one of those casual agreements with someone you once dated. Maybe you have a casual agreement with someone who is not someone you once dated, but just, you both meet a certain physical need. Maybe you're in a relationship that there's no tight or like strong emotional connection, but what keeps you there is the ability to be there for each other on a physical sense. The mixed emotion part is like you don't know what to do. It's like you know that, oh my, hold on. So if you have a child or children, you have these mixed emotions because you as a parent or caregiver or guardian set examples for children, for those that we rear and raise and protect. So if you're unsure about how to handle a situation, it's not going to resonate for everyone, but there's going to be a certain group of people who are worried about passing that lesson down onto the child. Like if you right now aren't sure how to move towards vulnerability, deep connection, and love without being afraid, and if you're not doing that, then defaulting back with just physical intimacy and very surface level connection, you realize that that's what you're doing, but you don't want to pass that lesson down onto those that you guard. You know what I mean? Like, because children, they watch everything. They watch how we emotionally handle things, and they learn from that, and you understand it. So you're like kind of in a white squall trying to figure out how to get through this. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. There was a card right here. Pride and ego. Perhaps maybe the reason why you're not talking about your want for love. Lust is fine for you. You're comfortable with lust. You're comfortable with desire. You're comfortable with like the carnal aspects of physical intimacy. It's the love part that makes you really nervous. And the reason why you haven't told anybody about it and or haven't moved towards where you want to go is because there's a certain level of ego. When I say ego, I don't mean arrogance. I mean ego as in like parameters that are put upon us by society that make us feel like we have to be a certain type of way in order to be a fully functional adult, when in reality we shape who we want to be so long as we're able to do things that are helpful. We don't want to do anything that's harmful to us. But if you're here mixed in this emotion, you have to figure out what is stopping you from experiencing the love that you want. Aside from the fear of vulnerability, what is the fear behind vulnerability? Like, you have to kind of go deep. Okay, so let's get some clarification on family. Oh, boy. Twin flames. The one mirrored soul and pledged. Maybe the mixed emotion that you have is that you've met someone that you believe you have a divine connection with. Something on next level, right? You've dated people before, but this feels different. Maybe you've not felt like this before, this deep connection, or maybe you never felt like you feel that way again. But more, I don't know, I'm hearing more, it's like you've never felt like this way before. And part of the mixed emotion is, oh my goodness, this feels a little sticky, guys. Honestly, it feels a little sticky. This mixed emotion makes me feel like they're in a situation right now that is lust, not love. But twin flame, this soulmate, this divine counterpart, it feels like you've already met them. And this twin flame energy, or this divine connection energy, would be the type of connection that would give you the depth of connection, the depth of love, the really profound experience of emotion. I want to say that they know about either the children or child that you have or how you want, and they're like on board. This makes me feel like you've already met them. What I don't understand is why you're in a situation that is led by lust and not love when the love is here. And maybe it's not even lust. Maybe it is, but it is some level of like they satisfy a physical connection that you are okay with handling, but it's the love part that makes you the most like nervous. But the twin flame has all this kind of love. I really am trying to understand why the person who is mixed up right now, who's not able to talk to anybody about their situation because they feel like they'll be judged, their ego is getting the better of them, telling them that they're maybe not worth it, that they shouldn't do it, that they've messed up or whatever. I'm trying to figure out why, because it's not coming clear to me. My guides aren't saying anything. why this mixed emotion person is in a situation that is not love, that they get. I do feel like whether it's casual encounters, plural, like different partners, or they're in a situation currently, like a situationship, casual agreement, like two people are like, well, we're both single and we don't want to be with each other, but we can meet each other's needs physically. Or maybe they're in a relationship that the love's not there, but like there is the oh gosh, I don't really want to say that, but like they have access to physical intimacy in part. They're okay with physical intimacy, but the love part makes them nervous, and this is why that they're not. This is kind of confusing to me. Let's keep going because I need to figure this out. I need to hear this answer. Okay, what else do we have? Oops, I just dropped it, but it said poker face. Poker face, taking a chance, risk and options, not showing hands, gambling. So this mixed emotion feels like taking a risk towards this love is like a gamble. And I'm not entirely sure whether or not this person is ready or willing to take that gamble, which is, I'm sorry, but which feels like so strange to me, because this feels like they know each other, or that they've seen each other, or they've had a connection before, or this person knows who the person they want to be with, but they're not with them because they're over here in a situation that isn't as fulfilling. And maybe the whole reason why they're not talking about it because of their pride and ego, their negative self-talk is saying, no, you can't, you're not worth it, you're not worthy, they're too good for you. Or that you feel like this level of love, this magnitude of love is not worth the gamble. Like if you win, then great, but if you lose, I just heard the depths of despair. This feels super intense. This feels really fucking intense. Okay, so then we have divine timing under lust, not love. Oh, divine timing. Trust that trust that the universe is bringing in your soulmate at the perfect time in divine timing. But I also heard, when I put this down under the lust, not love, is trust, yes, that the universe is bringing in your soulmate at the perfect time in divine timing, but also expect the tower to come with this, because this is not sustainable. This person being in a situation where it's not love, that they're getting physical needs taken care of to stave off or to take the edge off of the want, the desire, the longing for emotional connection and love. This is unsustainable. And the universe is trying to align them to where, not only that the universe, again, because you have full free will, but the universe will align you with the things that you have been asking for. So it's not that the universe is forcing you towards this person. Emotionally, you've already chosen this person, but it seems like you're still here. Take it as it resonates. We have ruins. Things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. One of the things that needs to fall away is negative self-talk and letting your ego kind of like chip away at your self-worth and making you feel terrible about yourself. That doesn't serve you. And I literally just said that a tower would be coming in. And here we have things you no longer need are falling away. The literal definition of what a tower is. To make room for the love you deserve. We talk about it in tarot all the time. The tower comes in to shake shit up, to clean the slate, to get rid of things that no longer serve you in order to create space and room to allow good things to come in so that you're ready to receive because nothing is in your way. Literally what I just said. Okay, let's get one more set. Under family and twin flames. Oh, fated to be alone. You gave up on love because you think you're meant to be alone. And and that is not true. And I was going to put this here. I'm still going to. But it makes me feel like this mixed emotion. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say what. No, I gotta say it like that. It feels like you've already given up. It's like it's well within your reach. You have to disengage from something that doesn't serve you anymore to move towards something that you do want to move towards. But this, again, remember I was saying you've got to let go of the negative self-talk. And over here, I said the tower's going to come in because the universe wants to align you with things that you want for yourself. And what you want is this divine connection, this twin flame, soulmate, divine counterpart, whatever you want to call it. But in order for that, this ego, this negative self-talk needs to stop. So the tower's going to come in and pull away things that do not serve you anymore. And that includes your negative self-talk about yourself. This shit needs to stop. I'm sorry, but this really is getting in the way of your own happiness. It really feels like you need to get out of your own way. Like, this connection knows that either you want a family or that you already have a child or children. And they're like, I can't help but there's like this feeling of like warmth every time I say family and children and child. Like this person either wants the same things or loves the fact that you're a mother or that you're a father or that you're a guardian, whatever you want to put, or that you're a foster parent, whatever it is. But then here you come, or whoever this resonates with, is telling yourself that you're fated to be alone. Like you're stopping yourself before you even get to really pursue this. And I understand it's hard, I get it, but like there's always going to be pain and vexation in any love situation. That is the nature of us being humans. We bicker, we fight, we love, we make up, we grow together. There is a certain amount of risk with love. But with this, again, I see that this feeling that I get when it comes to this energy, I feel like you already know it. It almost feels like you're kind of trying to talk yourself out of it. Let's see what else. Oops. Responsibilities. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. I mean, financial I get. Emotional needs, that's part of it. Don't you think taking care of your emotional needs is being real with whatever's happening here? Being like, hey, you know what? This situationship, this agreement, this casual, agreement that we have, I want to start moving towards something meaningful, and I don't want to stop you, whoever it is, from finding your happiness, and I need to work on myself and part amicably. Like, I understand that certain people come into our lives because they're the people we need to meet and experience and grow with at the time we need to experience and grow. But at some point, the universe is going to be like, okay, so you're ready to move forward. Now you need to choose happiness. I can only bring you so much, but I can't make you eat the food at the buffet. I can offer you the food at the buffet, but I can't make you eat it. You have to want it for yourself. So yes, take care of your financial, situation. That's fair. But part of taking care of your emotional responsibility is being honest about what you want and moving towards it in a real way. Okay, then we have, hard to get. You are missing opportunities by playing too hard to get. Give someone the chance. It feels like, for those that it resonates, it almost feels like this connection, whether or not you believe in twin flames or not, but this connection that loves this energy, and you want this energy. but you are stuck in a situationship, a casual kind of like understanding, because you're comfortable with physical intimacy. Your want of love and deep connection is also what terrifies you. And that's why you want this connection, this twin flame connection, this soulmate, and you actively also push it away. Yeah, responsibilities. I have to take care of my emotional needs. Heal yourself. Figure out why you keep pushing away the thing that you want, and why you keep allowing things into your life that you don't want. Why? These are not answers that I'm going to give you here. These are internal answers that you need to look within yourself. Okay. Then we have pressure cooker, rage, or ready to explode. If you don't take care of your emotional needs, yes, you are like a pressure cooker. You ever hear that saying, if we don't heal the wounds that we have, we will bleed on people who didn't cut us? You know, you have to take care of your emotional needs, or else you're going to explode on someone who doesn't deserve it. You're going to pressure cooker, be overwhelmed, and push away the person that you want the most. I was going to get some tarot, but now, no. I feel like what I'm going to do is get some communication from this person. This person, I want communication from this person. This person. Whoever's in this energy. So, we're just gonna go ahead and grab some communication. These cards that I have, I'm sorry I didn't say. I have this box called the library where I have conversations, situations, and locations. This is how I build a reading when I do it informally with my family and friends, but I'm thinking about bringing that to this channel. Situation, conversation, and location. So let's see what this person wants to say about the situation. First thing I have is, I knew I should have fought for you, but I didn't, and I'm sorry. I would imagine they're talking to this divine counterpart, this fated. I'm gonna put this down here because this is who is. Nope, we can't see it. We're gonna put it up here. That's who is speaking. This person. I've been thinking about you so much lately and where we would be if things were different. You mean if you weren't in a situation like this? That's possible. But you have to be willing to open up and have a conversation and be vulnerable. Things can be different. I've been thinking about how things could have been different or would have been different. They can be different. But you have to learn how to be vulnerable and how to remove yourself from a situation that is not fulfilling. Okay, we'll take those as the last ones. I left you before you could leave me. I knew that that energy had been. I knew that energy, these energies, this twin flame, let me pull this out. This twin flame with this mixed emotion person stuck in this situation here, this lust, not love situation. I had a feeling that this person left this connection. I had a feeling that you all knew each other before. I've been trying to manifest you back to me. I mean, that's good. But the best sort of work and manifestation is speaking to this person. You could speak it into the universe, but you have to advocate for yourself. Remember how I say you co-create with the universe? The universe can offer you the possibilities, can offer you the buffet of different things, but you have to take the chance. They can manifest this person, but it also takes action on their part. The last one is, I want to build a future with you and be the person you've always wanted. I'm going to get a location card because maybe I'm having this feeling that there's something contingent on, maybe this has to do with where you all met before, or where's the next time that you will run into each other or see each other. We're going to go ahead and get a location card and see if it resonates with someone. Maybe it'll be a place in a dream. What we have is luxury boutique. So this is like, for some reason, I just got the inclination of that store Nordstrom's. Places that sell like Louboutin or Dooney and Burke, like high-end stuff. Now, this doesn't mean that you're in there, you know, fliff like a sultan, you know, not like that's a meme, I think. That you're not just spending cash. But there's something about that. I'm seeing that in the background, like as if you all are out and about and you might run into this person. You might run into, oh, hold on. Why are they there? I mean, yes, you can run into this luxury boutique. This is a jewelry store. Why is this person at this jewelry store? I'm seeing a person at a jewelry store or this high-end store. I wanted to say that maybe you all will run into each other. Take it as it resonates. It means something for someone. Let's get two more. Okay, so then we have a coffee house. So someplace, tea, pastries. Maybe you met there. Maybe y'all worked there. Maybe that was your first date. Maybe that's what you run into each other again. And then the last one is a damp and rainy realm. So this isn't, it says realm, but oh shit. Oh, hold on. Again, I'm seeing Nordstrom. I'm seeing like the coffee section in Nordstrom. For those that it resonates, you all may be in Nordstrom's getting a cup of coffee on a stormy day, and you will run into them. You will get an email. You'll get a text message. You'll get a voice note. There's something about why Nordstrom's so strong. Anyways, take it as it resonates. It's there for someone, even if it's just one person. So, collective, thank you so much for sticking with me. This was a very specific type of reading, and I usually do this outside of the channel, but I really felt like I wanted to do this here, and so here it is. I hope it resonated with someone. I hope it gave someone a perspective, and I hope that this energy here finds the strength within themselves to move towards what they want and move away from what's no longer working. I truly, in my deepest heart of hearts, I truly hope that this energy right here, this mixed emotions, not sure what to do, wants to be here, but is currently here, in whatever capacity, I hope you all find the inner strength and the self-love enough to remove yourself from something that isn't fulfilling to move towards something that you know is for you. And that is the reading for today, my friends. Sorry I've made a mess of my cards, but such is the way sometimes. This is Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I will see you at the next reading.